Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. Also, only 13 subscribers to that next giveaway, so if you're watching and you like getting free stuff, go ahead and subscribe. And then unsubscribe after the giveaway. I don't care. Just kidding. No, please stay. Good sales day. Got 12 orders going out. Nothing crazy high dollar, but a good mix. I'm very happy with it. But before we get to that, it is Wednesday, so it's time for Tip of the Day. And this week's tip is about cleaning off plastic stuff like this doll face, which I'll try to get a clip of the before. I wish I would have gotten a picture, but I didn't know Jen was going to go ahead and do it for me. I didn't even get a chance to research or anything. I came home and the outfit was cleaned and back on. She hand washed it. What a sweetheart. And it got completely clean. And then the face, all the the nicks from being thrown in a toy box, those, it's not really dirt. It's just abuse. It's plastic rubs from other things that are a different color. She was very excited to tell me because she was like, guess how I clean this? And I don't know, a sponge. I don't know. Oddly enough, I was being a turd and I said, I don't know, ketchup. And she was like, close. How she got this clean. And I really hope by the time I edit this video, I've been able to find a before. Actually, I'll let her tell you.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. Yeah.
Yes, mayonnaise. How weird. I'm assuming she found some YouTube video that said how to do it. I'm assuming it's the oil in it. So you could probably use olive oil or some type of, avocado oil, some type of cooking oil. And I think that would probably work just as well. But mayonnaise. And then, of course, she did wash it afterwards. You can't just slather mayonnaise on a toy and then sell it. But it cleaned up really well. I'm very surprised. I think she just got into the project because she picked all the fuzzies out of the Velcro that was in there and all that. Just really went above and beyond to make my job a little easier. But very weird. I don't know. What's the weirdest cleaning tip you have? Because I know there's a bunch of them. And actually, the reason I guessed ketchup is because I know sometimes people use ketchup on the bottom of copper bottom pans. But I found that only works on the minimal nastiness of the copper bottom pans. It doesn't work when you really got to clean it. Then you got to use a steel wool and a barkeeper's friend. And even then, in my opinion, I will never do that again. I keep picking them up and I flip them over. And if they're not already good to go where I can just kind of polish them up and sell them, they go right back on the shelf because I don't have the time for that. And speaking of time for that, I took yesterday, I went sourcing. I went a little further than I normally do. It wasn't fantastic, but this one place I went to, I'd never been to before, huge, biggest thrift store I've ever been in, huge. It was a little scattered for me and I'd never been there. So I was there 3 hours. So that's too long because I'm going to areas where, after I've been there once and twice, I would never go to again. The hot spot areas where, the places I go to regularly, where I go to first, places that I avoid completely. I hadn't figured all that out yet. So I found some okay stuff, definitely worth my time. It's far enough that I can't go all the time, but it's close enough that it'll be in my rotation of places I go to in the off season, in the winter. But it was, I don't know, 70 miles round trip. So not for me, that's not close because it was, it was a hour and a half round trip too. So not close. You have to score in order to make that really worth it. I ended up not going to the other ones that are on the other side of town. Would have been another half-hour round trip, and it was lunchtime. So I was like, do I do the extra half hour plus I'm going to spend 10-15 bucks on some lunch? And I said, nah, just take what I got, head home, call it a day. But this here and this here is, and of course, this, which is mostly nothing. That's a garage sale box. Couple of things where I'm waiting for other stuff. I got to buy some jewel cases for loose video games. I probably have 100 loose video games, but without jewel cases to put them in. It's not really worth it. I'll probably end up lotting a lot of those together. Some VHS that I'll lot up eventually. This thing is trash. I don't know why I've had it sitting here for so long. It's trash. It's got to go in the recycling. And then this Xbox, I'm not going to fix it. I'm not going to take the time. I'm going to list it for parts because it turns out, just like what happened with GameCubes, as soon as people realize a specific issue is easy to fix, then they start buying up the broken ones, they'll buy 10 in a day, fix them all, relist them as refurbished. And what it is it's a green screen failure. And all you got to do is take a jump drive, go to the Microsoft website, you download the programming onto the jump drive, you plug it into the Xbox, bingo, bango's done. You go, why wouldn't you do that? Well, because since people figured out how to do that, the price between a green screen broken one and a actually functioning one, the difference is like nothing. It's like $20, $25. So not worth my time. But yes, this and cleaning up this mess here, and that is everything from my back stock of my death pile, everything except for albums and books, which I grabbed another box of books to start filling the shelf back up. But that is everything. And I'm forcing myself to list all that stuff before I even get it out of my car. So I'm crippling myself. I'm giving myself a barrier where, okay, you either take care of it and get it done, or your car is a mess and not even usable. So it's a double-edged sword. I'm happy because my death pile is done. My storage unit, I can go out there and clean it. I'm happy because I get to source regularly, which I enjoy. But it also, I was expecting yesterday to go a little better. It wasn't terrible. Because of where I live, I have about 3 months before garage sales fire up again. That's a long time to be sitting on, 2 weeks worth of listings, maybe not even 2 weeks, week and a half. So I will be sourcing until then, probably once a week. I'll probably do Tuesdays. I think that'll work out fine. But either way, let's get to stuff that already sold. Let's get stuff that I've already made the money on. A3 vintage Starbucks coffee mug. Right here, established 1971, barista one, and that's a 2006. Took an offer, $8 plus shipping. Next up, there's 3 of them. It is Treasure Garden CP902. 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 And CP902, 3 of them. These are the ones I have the most of, so I am glad to see 3 of them go. I might go through the Treasure Gardens and reduce them by $1, all of them, just to kind of bump them up in the listing a little bit. But it also might be the point where I am the cheapest. I have to double check before I do anything with that. But for the 3, $67.47 plus shipping. Next up, B4 vintage Tupperware. I think it's like a cheese grater, possibly some type of niche Tupperware thing. And I know it's niche. I know, but I like saying niche. I like it. I think it's fun. So poke fun if you like, but I enjoy saying niche. $8.99 free shipping for, what did I call it? Yeah, cheese grater. Which I don't think that's what it is, because how would this grate cheese? I don't know. It just doesn't seem... That doesn't seem right. But either way, $8.99 free shipping. Next up, it's a game. Hasbro Family Game something for Xbox 360. And this drives me crazy. So someone sent me an offer. It was low, because I ended up settling on $13.99 free shipping. It's something like a $5 offer. It doesn't even cover the shipping. And so I countered, I think, $14.99, and they came back with, I don't know, $10, and a message that said, this is all I can afford so that my kids are able to play the game. And I mean, sure, that could be, but if you can't afford to buy it, then you're probably shouldn't be spending that money on your kids anyways. Like, that's just a fact of life. If you have to pinch a couple pennies on this game, then don't buy the game. You don't need to. That means you should be putting that money in a savings or paying a bill. Like, if that's how close your budget is, that a couple extra bucks on that game, it means you are terrible with your money. And I'm what you would call poor. Like, I'm not hating on that, on poor people. I'm saying if the couple bucks on this is a make or break, that means that you are overstretching your dollars and should not be buying that game, period. And so, but I looked up the price and I said, okay, what's the cheapest one available? And there was 10 cheaper than mine, but they were all the Connect version. So if you just wanted to play the game, you would just go buy one of the cheaper ones, if that was what it was. But what it was is, this is like the regular Xbox version, so they probably are, I don't know, maybe they're a collector and they want the complete set. That's a thing people do. But they like, if it's PlayStation, they prefer the black label over the classics reprints or whatever they are, or the original 360 with the white label over the Connect versions, which are reprints. That kind of thing. Because I was like, why wouldn't you just go buy the one that's $9.99 available? And so I counted with $13.99, and I said, well, this is as low as I possibly could go, and which was the cheapest of that version. And then they just paid for it anyways. So did you just find the extra $4? Were you just making it up the whole time? My assumption, it was a lie. That's my assumption. I don't know. I don't know the person. I'm not in their head, but it really bothered me, because I'm like, either you shouldn't be spending the money or you're a liar. So pick your poison. $13.99 free shipping on that. I probably got more worked up than I should have, but either way, that's the person I am. A5 1959 convertible crystal paperweight type thing. I think it's just meant for display, but I don't know. I put paperweight in there. Took an offer, $16 plus shipping. I think I paid like $5 for it. And I took a significant offer, like $10 off. But I don't care. It can go. Next up, A6 McDonald's. Ooh, am I going to be able to reach this? Maybe if I hadn't put this box in my way. But it's, they're like fake VHS. Sorry, I'm yelling in the camera there. Fake VHS, like little figures. So it looks like it's a VHS, but then inside is, oh, actually the one I need is open. So, but then you open it and inside is a little figure, little vinyl figure of some kind that matches the movie. And that's the one, the three caballeros, which, wouldn't that be caballeros? Because it's Spanish? I don't know. But that one there. And those, I think, were the only ones I listed individually. The rest, I think I did as a lot. And I don't remember why. Maybe probably the Peace Dragon I did individually too, because it was 2. Maybe if I had multiples was why I was listing the individual. I don't know. I can't recall. But $7.99 free shipping. Next up, it's a book. Stories of the Great Lakes. Stories of the Great Lakes right there. Fortunately, a little damage on the top. But for that book, $13.49 free shipping. Next up, took an offer, B3A. It's a Farberware heating element support. This little schlap of metal right there. I don't know what the heck a schlap is. That's a word I just made up. $11.69 free shipping. And then next up, it's a book. Took an offer, Academy Classics, Idols of the King. Here we go. Idols of the King. Very little book. Not even sure what this is. I don't know. Don't have a clue. $10 free shipping on that one. Next up, A5 yellow bird lure of some kind. A fishing lure, I think, but it's a side surface planer And these are like directional specific, depending on which way the slope is, I think, is like which way it planes. I really don't know. I'm not a fisherman of any kind. But for that, $20 free shipping. Definitely a thing I'll keep an eye out for. I sold one before, roughly the same price, and they're super bright yellow. So you will not miss these at the garage sale. But $20 free shipping, and I took an offer. Next up, B3A, Disney Pixar. I mentioned these just the other day. I got them in a grab bag. It's like the pace car, and then HTB, which that's kind of funny because that was the initials of my former band, HTB. $8 free shipping. And yeah, I got these in the grab bag with some micro machines and other stuff, and that right there pays for the bag. And then the micro machines, which were like 40 bucks, all profit. And then this just came in, might as well grab it. C2, whimsical butterfly shaped puzzle, new in package. And we went back and forth a couple times. I did the same thing. I went and looked current listings just to be sure I wasn't overpriced, because when I price something and list it, of course, someone else could undercut me between the time I listed it and the time it sells. So I went and checked, and in order to match price with the cheapest one available, I went with $13.99 plus shipping. And that was, they actually even offered $13, and that would have been $1 cheaper than the cheapest one. So I said, no. That's market value. That's the baseline. $13.99 plus shipping is what it's going to be. And they took it. So that's great. Very straightforward, easy packing day. Nothing to even concern myself with at all, which is great because I didn't get to do any listing yesterday, which for me is not acceptable. I don't ever do that as of the first of the year. That's the first day I've ever skipped as far as listing nothing. Didn't hit my $100 minimum per day threshold. So today I got to make up for yesterday, which I'm going to try to. I mean, it's been 3 months, so I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I missed one day. Not a big deal. I'm just going to try to make up for it today, get a little extra listed. And just a FYI, I converted my old Instagram account, which I probably hadn't used in 5 years. I switched it over to Tip of the Mitt Flips, and I'm trying to post one thing a day. Nothing crazy, just I figure why not expand my social media out a little bit onto another platform. I hate TikTok, so I won't use it. Snapchat's basically dead. So I said, Instagram, okay, let me do that. I'll do one post a day. I don't got to scroll all day or anything like that, because I know myself. I know once I get one of these platforms, I'm, yeah, let me look at them. They're addictive. It is what it is. So if that's something you're interested in, I am on Instagram now, Tip of the Mitt Flips, easy to find. And it'll mostly be something I'm listing that day, something resale related, and that will be up to date, whereas my videos are 1 week behind. So if there's a BOLO item, or if there's something new with eBay that you should know about, it's where you would get the most update information from me. So if that's something you already do, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. But speaking of things to keep you up to date on, there was more things to uncover as far as the upcoming eBay update. One of them I think is fantastic. The other one, whatever. Let's start with the meh. eBay is adding what they're calling eBay Vault. And eBay Vault is exactly what you might have heard me mention before, ComC. It's the same service they provide, where your trading cards, you send off to them, and they store them in their own warehouse, kind of like an Amazon type of scenario. With ComC, it's great for card traders because, say I send off 100 cards and 25 of them sell, and I got some money sitting in my account. I can cash that money out and put it in my bank account, or what I can do is buy some cards that I think are a good deal or that I want for my personal collection. But unless I say, hey, ship those to me, they just transfer to me. I just own them. And then I say, whenever I have, 20, 50, 100 built up, I say, go ahead and ship me all my cards. So I have to pay one shipping fee. So that's great for that. But as far as for like a reseller, like your general reseller, like it's not useful. And also eBay's only, I think, going to do graded cards, no raw cards. So again, like who does that cover? Like 1% of eBay sellers? And unless you have bulk, there's no reason to do it. There's literally zero reason. I didn't look at the fee structure. Maybe if the fees are significantly less, I doubt it. That's probably more. You probably get feed twice for the sale plus for the storage. If I had to guess, I didn't go into detail because I read it and went, that already exists. Nobody cares. But for the general reseller, you'd be better off if you have like 2 graded cards, just list them in your store. It brings more traffic to your store. It doesn't make any sense. Whatever. It's a way so that they can do like ComC does, so that it can exchange hands 25 times and never leave their warehouse. And all they go is like, okay, thank you for the fee. Thank you for the fee. Thank you for the fee. So as far as like stockholders and eBay revenue, I think it's a good idea. eBay will make more money that way. But as far as for me, a reseller, it does nothing. It's literally nothing. It's something I will never consider. I will never use. It would be only graded cards. I think I'm almost positive on that. I should be positive. Whatever. I'll look it up and probably put it in the video. But it's a nothing. I don't care. The second thing, though, I think is great. Now, I think it's great for me. And by me, I mean everyone else that does what I do. People in my position. But I say this often. What matters is your store. What matters to me is my store. So this one affects me. What they're going to do is allow you to spend your pending money before you would be able to withdraw it. Because there's a certain amount of days or whatever it is where it's pending. Let me double check the wording on that just so I make sure I'm clear with everybody. Sometimes I forget people are coming to me for information, so I should make that information, clear, concise. Okay, so you have your available funds, which will transfer to your bank account, and your processing funds. But it also, it doesn't send over the weekend and all these kinds of things. So your available funds, you will now be able to spend immediately in eBay, which is, that is actually smart. That's fantastic. Because what does that do? That increases sales on the platform. And that's all I care about. All the rest of it is baloney. None of it matters. All the other things eBay does is it doesn't matter. None of the things they do matter. They make a big hubbub about it, and then it never matters. This one actually matters because for me, I'll never do that. I'll never be like, oh, thank God I have this couple dollars so I can spend them immediately in eBay, but I know people will. Or I know people, like say I need to order something that maybe it's cheaper on Amazon. Maybe it's cheaper at Walmart, but the funds are available in eBay. I might pay an extra 30 cents. Or I might pay the same price and use eBay when I normally wouldn't have. So I think the part-time seller, the casual seller, I think they'll probably use this often. Or maybe even a full-time seller. But I am convinced, I'm 100% convinced that this will actually result in more sales traffic, more purchases on the eBay platform. Because that's just how the human psyche is. Ooh, I got this money. I want to spend it. Oh, but I got to wait 3 days to get it in my bank account. Oh, wait, I can spend it right this second on eBay. You hear the cha-ching, cha-ching on your phone. You got a sale. Boom, you pick up your phone. You spend that money on eBay again immediately. So I think that's a fantastic plan. I don't know why they didn't think of this forever ago, or at least when they started eBay managed payments. I don't know why they didn't just think of that immediately. I don't know. But either way, they did something right. I think that's going to be a great thing. I think that's going to generate more revenue on the platform, which is all we do and should care about. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.